iron in their soul. What's up, YouTube? This is your big brother King Jabez, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at The King Jabez, as well as my website, theironinthesoul.com. Whatever you decide to do, it will be greatly appreciated. Let's do some work. Today's video is a very important message and one that I have contemplated for many months. And I believe that now, this day, is the day to release this word. I have learned through experience that because you have a message or a word, it may not be the time or season for the message. And I believe with the season changing, to be in May, Mother's Day on Sunday, this is the time for this message. Today's video is entitled, God Said, It's Time to Do Right by That Woman. And I want to give a very important message because so many people, I believe, especially in the online space community, I believe a lot of men in particular, and even women, have a misunderstanding or don't quite know how to treat a woman. And as basic as that may sound, this is a problem. And I believe some people have to let go of some hurt from previous relationships in order to go forward and to have a healthy relationship between a man and a woman. So what is happening is that a culture has been fostered where you have the blind leading the blind. You have these women online who clearly do not understand men, giving advice about how to relate to men. And you have these men online who don't understand women, giving advice on how to relate to a woman. And that becomes a situation where they both end up in a ditch. You have people teaching to just avoid women. All these different camps have been created versus learning, how do I, as a man, treat a woman? That's, to me, a much more healthy solution. You know, if you're honest with yourself as a man, you have a desire for women. Most guys do. If you don't, that's your business. I don't have a problem with that. But for those who hear this message, which is the vast majority of you, you do have a desire to be with a woman. Period. So, do yourself a favor. Listen to your big brother. Let me give you some free game today. Let me teach you, of course, what I can, how to treat a woman. And speaking of how to treat a lady, if you love this woman, you care about her, at some point, you can get her some flowers. So today's sponsor is Rose Forever, which is a New York-based brand that launched in 2019. They have some beautiful flowers that can be a gift to your mother. It could be a gift to your baby mother, somebody who wants to be your baby mama. I don't know how you want to do this. But they provide this service, and it's something that will really make this woman light up like a Christmas tree when she sees this. They design luxurious rose boxes with natural roses that stay fresh and gorgeous for at least 1 year. Each rose is handcrafted by a professional flower artisan and treated with natural oil. The flowers have been carefully arranged inside a hat box inspired by Persian chic style. I have here a box of 16 royal blue roses. Look at these. Just imagine how that lady's gonna look when she gets this. I mean, it's in this nice box, beautifully wrapped. I mean, I'm talking just a great gift. This is the perfect time to do this. And this is kind of just a token of love as we continue this teaching on how to treat women. So if you want to get these flowers, hit the link in the description. There's a discount code IRON. Rose Forever New York, I truly thank you for sponsoring today's video. And I trust that all the ladies who receive this gift will have a blessed day. So if we talk about how to treat a woman, I'm just imagining if I'm sitting down with one of my brothers, we're having a conversation. He said, big bro, how do I treat a woman? This is a long conversation. And so if we were sitting down over coffee, which I do that, we would sit down, I would start slow and, start off with the basics and go a little more in depth. And so I'm going to try to do that today in this video. So off top, the very foundation for how to treat a woman, you cannot treat a woman like she's a man. Now, that may seem basic to some of you, but this is a lesson I had to learn. I'm a type of guy who grew up around the fellas. I had a stepfather, had a grandfather, uncles, older cousins, a bunch of them from the Wild Hundreds, from Maywood, Bellwood. So I grew up around the boys. Always was one of the boys. Played football, wrestling, you name it, in the streets, basketball, college, all of that. And so I had to really learn how to, what's the proper word here? Really, honestly, how to treat a woman. And some wisdom I received from an older wise woman that has stuck with me for at this point 11 years. And this is some free game for you. And ladies, back me on this. Okay, this is not an insult. This is a woman who told me this. And this woman had been married for like 30, 40 years. She gave me this advice as a young man coming up. And she says, you know what? Women are like this. She told me this in terms of their emotions. Women are like this. She said, I need you to be like this. Just steady. I need you to be steady. And as basic as that sounds, that's good advice. If you live with a woman, you got a girlfriend, you got a baby mama, you know, she's going to be like this. That's been my experience. And you have to be strong enough to deal with that. Or you have to make a decision that this is a woman that you either can't love or you don't want to love, or she can't be loved. Now, this message isn't me telling you to be stupid. Y'all know me by now. There are some women who can't receive love for a number of reasons. They don't want that. So we're not saying, okay, I got to say the obvious. I'm not telling you no dummy. He doesn't, come on, this big bro, man. Come on, man. If she don't care about you, and she obviously don't want a man, she obviously want a bunch of men, then we're not even talking about that. We're talking about a lady, right? There's just between somebody who's out there in the streets and a lady. And what some of you guys are doing is that you are confusing a lady with somebody who, I'm not using derogatory terms, who isn't about that. Okay, you can use your imagination. She doesn't want to have a relationship, and that's fine. And you can't love someone like that. So we think about treating a woman the right way. It can't be this 60-40 thing either, where you're so much into her rather, and she's not into you. This has to be a woman, in my opinion, that is into you as much as you are into her. And this is where we have a lot of problems. You got a guy, man, he just head over heels over this girl, and she really don't even want him. And you got to be strong enough, you got to be tough enough to notice that. And if that's what time it is, you need to go on with your life, my boy. So I'm not teaching you in this video to be a sucker, okay? That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that when you find yourself a lady, a woman who loves you, who actually does care about you, then you have the responsibility to love that woman. That's the commandment of God. The commandment of God for me as a man is to love my wife, right? So you say, okay, she's not my wife. Okay, if you want her to be, your job of a man, as a man rather, is to give. All right, you think about manhood, there are a lot of analogies we can use: preach, provide, protect. We understand all of that. Nipsey Hussle says being thorough, we can't be careless. I believe in all of that. Being on your game, being on point, hardworking. There's a bunch of characteristics. We can break that down to about 50 points, to be honest. But in the context of this, your role as a man is to be that rock. You're supposed to be the stable one. And you can't be stable if you are chasing 10 women. That is an energy leak, right? So this is what King Solomon, the scripture teaches, give not your strength to a woman. That's what that means. This doesn't mean, and some of you take that verse, I know I'm listening to your line, you think it means not to love any woman. That's not what it means. Okay, you're supposed to love one woman. But what it means is that you're not supposed to give your strength to a bunch of women. You know what I mean? Wasting your time, not being thorough in your business. And so we're not talking about that. So when you find one who you can actually build with, it's your responsibility to love her. How do you do that? Being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Now, honestly, just on some conversation, we were sitting down talking, you got to know how to be with a woman. You got to know how to make a woman laugh. I mean, I'm going to just state the obvious. You have to know how to make a woman laugh. You think when I'm with my woman, I'm saying, hey, this is Arnold Schultz. Come on, man. I got to tell you this, cuz I've been a woman for 11 years. You think that's what I'm doing? Come on, man. I laugh and joke with my woman all of the time. I'm always cracking jokes. I give her advice. This is what I'm reading. This is what I think about this. This is what I think about that person. You got to be somebody, and a woman told me this too, by the way. You got to be a man that a woman can respect. A woman has to be able to respect you. And she can respect you when she can trust you with her emotions. If a woman can't trust you with her emotions based on your actions, you got a problem. Because when a woman, and women back me on this, when a woman can't trust you with her emotions, she's not going to open up to you. And she's going to open up to somebody else. Now you got a problem. And so here lies why some women like the attention of married men. Because the married man shows that stability. Some woman wanted him. He shows this consistency. He has the ability to win a woman's heart, to win her over, to take care of her. And she loves him enough to live with this man, cook for this man, be with this man, be intimate with this man. And so when women see that, they are attracted to that strength, that stability. Don't let women fool you. They are attracted. They crave that stability in a man. a man they can trust in on, rather, whatever way you want to put this, to take care of business. I don't care how tough a woman looks on the outside, my boy. That's what they want. I can let my guard down, man. I don't have to be masculine. I can actually be in my feminine self. There are a lot of women out here right now who want to be in their feminine self, but they are afraid to, because if I let down my guard, things fall apart. That's when you come in, my boy. You got to come in. You got to be that bull. You got to be that lion. You know what I mean? You got to be that. And when you are that stable force, you're taking care of business. A woman can now be herself, and that's a beautiful thing. Now, a part of loving a woman is understanding her role versus your role, or her nature versus your nature, or another way of putting this, the divine masculine versus the divine feminine. There are certain burdens that men can carry, that we're supposed to carry. This is why God gives men broad shoulders and he gives women wide hips. That's not derogatory. That's for a reason. That's the nature of the Most High. The reason men have broad shoulders and muscle is to carry burdens. We're supposed to be burden carriers. And what has happened for so many factors that I won't get into this video, because that would get highly complex and highly political, and we're not going to do all that. But for a number of reasons, and you are a very intelligent crowd, and I know that. Okay, very smart. You can message me. You want some details? I'll talk to you. Women are carrying burdens they shouldn't be carrying. And so what we have to do is, men, we have to, if this is a woman you love. If you don't, that's one thing. But this woman you love, you got to swoop in. I got that. Put that on your shoulders. Carry that burden. Right? There's a depth, there's a strength we have that women don't have. And that's not derogatory against women. That's the way this stuff goes. And so when we're strong, that's why women crave and love a strong man. Because a strong man can carry burdens. Not just talking about physical strength. That's part of it. But really, this right here. That's what makes you strong. Your mind. And this is why I taught you guys for the first 2 years of my channel. Let's bring it all the way back home. About the practice of seed retention. I taught that consistently for 2 years, because I still believe this, by the way. That's the base. So if we're going to treat a woman properly, we have to first have control over self. That's what all starts. And this is why I believe most guys, honestly, should spend anywhere from 1 to 5 years just working on themselves. I really believe that. This positions you to be that man that can lead a woman. So do yourself a favor. We're not saying rush this process. Worry about yourself first. Build yourself up. Go to the gym. Get as strong as you can. This is my advice. Just big bro advice. Get as strong as you can possibly. Physically, spiritually, financially. Get yourself on point. Because when you add a woman to your life, you better have all that already in order. I'm telling what I know. So don't get out here and just because you want to clap them cheeks. Let me just put it out there. We all adults here, and you got a baby now, and you ain't ready for all that. You got to think that stuff through, my boy. You can't allow your urges to get you into something you ain't ready for yet. Listen to your big brother. Get yourself in order. Worry about self first. You see what I'm saying? And when you do that, now you are in a position where a woman can respect you. You don't have to force the respect. It's going to happen naturally. See, I believe a woman has to respect you. This is what I mean by that. If she doesn't respect you, it's not going to be a good relationship. It's not a forced respect through brute force. That's what some of you are hearing, because that's what you want to hear. I'm trying to teach you something. We're not saying brute force. We're not saying I'm a man, respect me. That's beta. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you carry yourself, you're worthy of respect. And it becomes the natural response. That's what we're talking about. Not forcing anything, but because the way you carry yourself, the character you build, the connection you have to God, you're working hard, you're proving in every aspect that I am a man. Her natural response was, okay, I'll respect this man. She's going to honor that. And when she honors that, she's going to show you by the connection you all build. Okay, big bro, how do I know she's into me or not? Okay, how can I trust this woman to love her? Okay, let me break it down for you. Here are some signs for you that this woman loves you. This woman cares about you. Here's some signs. Number one, and it's not in order of importance, if she really cares about you, if she's for you, then she is willing to build with you versus just eat the fruit of your labor in the end. There are so many women who are there once you make it, but they will leave you for dead when you're struggling. So if a woman leaves you for dead when you're going through your process of building, growing, building your brand, building your muscles, whatever it is that you're doing to get your back, If she's not willing to be a part of that journey with you, but she comes in at the end like Superman, with the money there. Come on now, I can't stand that. Don't just pull up now because I got money now. We're not doing that. If she's willing to build with you, that's a woman you want to keep on your side. Number two, the love, the respect level, the connection, whatever you want to call it, the vibe, that will be seen in her eyes. You can tell by a woman's eyes if she's into you or not, my boy. This is what your big brother know. I've been around a lot of women, okay? From my years working in the church to being in the streets of Chicago, creating content over online where thousands of women follow me, not boasting, this is a fact. Listen to me. It will show in her countenance. You'll know. Watch her. Okay, if you're around women long enough, you should know if woman's into you or not, gang. You know. You're not slow. You got a brain God gave you. That woman's eyes, her disposition will tell you if she's into you or not. You will know. And so her eyes will reflect that love, lust, in some cases, desire versus disgust. And so you will know. She confides in you. That's a woman who's into you. She will share what she's going through in her life. And some women talk to anybody. I understand that because some of you think, okay, big bro, some women talk to anybody. Okay, that's true. Okay, but this is somebody who confides in only you, right? And she trusts you with her emotions. In addition to that, a woman's into you will make herself accessible. She'll just pop up. I'm not saying she'll just pop up out of nowhere. I ain't talking about G Perico, he at home, and she come to the house 4 o'clock in the morning. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about, she will find ways. She know where you're at. So whether you're working somewhere, you're at a certain gym, you're at a certain community, she will make herself accessible, right? That's a woman's way of doing it. They're not going to tell you flat out, but they will make themselves available for you as a man to make the move you need to make. So when a woman's into you, she will make herself accessible to you. That'll be pretty clear. And here is a big one. She will have genuine concern for you. Some women don't care about your game. They are just there for your paycheck and for the pleasure you provide. That's it. That's all she sees you as. Pleasure and paper. PP. Pleasure, that's it. She don't care about you. Care what you're going through at work, care about your problems, financially, spiritually, none of that. So if a woman is into you, she will show concern for you as a person. It won't just be to use you for what you can give, right? And so those are just a few of the signs. And so, of course, a lot of these signs and messages will be cultivated over time. The longer you're with this woman, you'll know. And I say, honestly, if you want some relationship advice, give any relationship, and not even just between man and woman, your business partners, connecting, give it a year. Give everything a year, because within one calendar, 12 months, you're going to know what you're working with, gang. I don't care if this ladies hear this message too. You've been with a man for a year or so, they're going to show you their character, the way they conduct themselves, their conversation, how they handle adversity. That's a big one. That's really the difference between a man and a boy, is how we handle adversity. You can really see where a man is at, and I've heard a lot of women say this, and this is so true. How does a man respond when things go south? Because it's going to happen. That's just life. At some point, something's going to go the wrong way. And when you can respond with strength, and stay consistent, and just be able to weather that storm until it's over. And not only that, but also come out of that stronger, better, wiser, more useful. You the man she want. So guys, I hope this video helps you. Leave a comment. I'm curious to hear what you think about this message today. That's all I have for you today. This is your big brother King Jabez. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.